just like I don't do we have to do this? Like
Huh.
now I sound like Porky the Pig. Do we really got to do this, man? We talking about one of the best quarter. I said before we got into our commercial break, we talking about one of the best quarterbacks in the chat. You know, top five, top five, top five, top two, and
He
not
said,
two, top two and not two. Browns, Steelers. Someone said again, you top two or not two. Some of us say what, son? You said he top two. I mean, the jerseys is brown, but nah, bro, we don't agree with that one, man. We got to talk about who was the better quarterback last night, man. Was it Kenny Pickett or was it Deshaun Watson? I know you've been itching to say something about Deshaun Watson, but I'm gonna start this one because first things first. I said it in the chat, but I'm gonna say it on air. Russell Wilson and Joe, I'm sorry. Okay. I said Deshaun Watson was going to have a better season than Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson is not mentally there. I'm sorry. Maybe I wasn't mentally there when I said that. You know, we all have our days. Because last night, I don't know who that was or where he was or where his mind frame is when he's playing football now. I threw out there, and Joe, I'm glad you was there to back me up because I said maybe they should trade for D Hop so that way he can feel like he back with the Texans. Because Watson had less talent in Houston and played 10 times better than when he's playing when he has more talent in Cleveland. Tay, you can clip me up, man. It is what it is, but I'm gonna say this. Maybe it's the fact that maybe Watson just wasn't that good. And it was the fact that he was playing with lesser talent that he just looked better. Could that be it? Because there's nowhere in the world you have a defense that's getting to the quarterback, forcing turnovers. Meanwhile, first play, pick six. Wasn't his fault. Wasn't his fault, but it was a pick six. Then you have two face mask penalties as a quarterback. Like it just didn't make any sense. Also, man, we want to say we want to have a moment for Nick Chubb because that hit was ugly. I'm glad ESPN didn't do a replay. I mean, you can go on YouTube and see it if you want to see something like that. But the fact that that's the same leg that he got injured on before, it was sad. That would have been that would have saved Deshaun. I think that would have been his saving grace. I mean, they seen that they did have a backup running back and forward, but even even F-150s couldn't have saved Deshaun Watson after that.
Mm.
Like that was a dumpster show. It was a dumpster show. And the only reason I say Kenny Pickett played better is because Deshaun Watson just looked that bad. Because Kenny didn't look good either. But Kenny's not a vet in his league. So you can give him 2 or 3 more games. Deshaun, 235 mil. 235. Just give
You
me
got your
5, bro. And I
235
can play
yards.
better. And I can play better than that. And that's how many yards he had. And he got points for the other team. Couple fumbles here, like I said, man. Look, Kenny played better. Joe, I'm gonna let you talk about this because I know you got way more you want to say. But to me, man, Deshaun, you letting a lot of people down, man.
Tomo, this was probably the worst quarterback performance of two players that have been hyped up all season. I know we talk about Deshaun a lot, but Kenny Pickett was also hyped. Don't forget about that. My brother Javon, I love my brother. I want to see the Steelers do good just because I want to see my brother be excited about his team. Just like my brother, he wants, even though he goes on Mark all the time and the chorus all the time in the chat, he wants the good for the Commanders because he loves me as his brother. And I was tuned in. I was locked in. I wanted to see Kenny Pickett. I'm like, you know what? He looked bad against the 49ers, but it's a 49ers time, bro. Number one defense from last year. Although the Browns are a tough out. We saw what they did to Joe Burrow. But Kenny Pickett looked really timid. If I'm not, I don't think if I'm on that thing, believes that. I mean, they were, I would say this. The offensive play calling was much better on the Cleveland side. I would say that. They were getting the ball out of Deshaun hands quick. They were doing a lot of like short routes, screens, little stuff to get Deshaun comfortable. But Deshaun was off on us. The first play, Carl said it's debatable. He's right. I went back and watched it. That was a bad pass. Like because of the bad pass, they got tipped in the interception. If that was on the money, it wouldn't be an interception. I mean, he threw a couple of throws to Amari Cooper that were good, the back shoulder throws, but it was more Amari than him. Mari making the catch, keeping his feet down. But outside of that, he was almost terrible, Tomo. He was almost terrible.
Almost.
He was so inaccurate the whole game. And it was one play when the best thing he can do right now is run the ball. It was one play he should have ran it and he threw it to the dirt. He just threw it to the receiver's feet. What is he doing? But Kenny Pickett looked real timid because even though Matt Canada, we keep saying he's not a good play caller, he missed some throws himself. He threw a couple of throws behind. If it wasn't George Pickens catching the ball, he wouldn't have thrown a good pass. And he threw one good pass to Austin. But outside of that, Kenny Pickett was also bad. And who played better? How can I say this, Tombo? Deshaun looked better and looked worse. He did. His best looked better than Kenny's best, but his worst looked worse than Kenny's worst. Kenny was just out there, bro. Like he was literally just out there. He was the quarterback. That was it. I mean, you could have put Mitchell Trubisky back there. He probably got the same result. It was probably like 2 throws that he made that looked like something other than Mitchell Trubisky. Because I think he looked very timid. So I'm hoping he looks like this because he went against 2 top-tier defenses in the first 2 weeks of the game. So hopefully, I'm not sure what they play next week, but hopefully next week he looks better, but he looked bad. The 2 defenses, they look good. I'm not going to lie. The Browns defense are legit. They legit. I know Tabor been singing their praises all year. I got to give them props for that. They legit. Steelers defense, they legit. They got some injuries, but they I feel like Stefanski called up a good game against them. Deshaun Watson couldn't accomplish the game plan. If Deshaun Watson and the time he was so bad yesterday. I had to go on YouTube and look up the Texas 2020 highlight. I'm like, yo, how did he look? I forgot how did he look as a Texan because he looked so bad. And I'm watching the time. I'm like, dude, he's looking. It was nice. And I'm like, bro, what happened? You want to talk? You know what I'm talking about? You ain't no Deshaun Watson. You a Deshaun Watson wannabe.
Beat it. Get out of here.
Oh, be gone. Wannabe? Be gone. That's what he looked like. Space Jam took all his powers. I don't know what's going on. So, Cleveland, I know you was hoping to get Houston Texans. Houston Deshaun Watson. But nah, you ain't got that right now, man. I don't know what you got. You got Deshaun Watson from the Cabaret or something. That's what you got. Not the one from you got that Deshaun Watson from the auto shop. So hopefully he can get back to that person. But Tomo, he's far from that. There's no way on the snap of a finger he's gonna go look like the highlights I saw earlier today. It's no way. No way.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what made me have to ask and be like, was the talent in Houston just that bad that he looked that good? Because now it's supposed to be like, okay, the bar, you set the bar here in Houston, and everybody was kind of like here. It was him and D-Hop. Let me not disrespect D-Hop, right? And then now you go somewhere where the team kind of is like meeting you at your level or just a little bit better, and you're kind of like sinking in your seat. And it's like, how you doing that? Because they got the Titans next, and then they got the Ravens after that.
Like the Titans play people hard, bro. And they got a Ravens. Oh my god!
This game, if Deshaun Watson stays on track and keeps playing this bad, I promise you, Dak can throw 5 interceptions. Well, he a Cowboy. Never mind. Let me not even throw that out there. I'm saying Dak can throw 5 interceptions, and the NFL will probably still be like, "Hey, Amari Cooper, we got a bag of chips, man. We don't care what you're going to do. We got to free him." Because to me, Myles Garrett don't deserve this. Denzel Ward don't deserve this. The Steelers defense, Highsmith, Watt, they made their money last night. Everything, forced fumbles, had your man out here. Like I said, you will never, ever, I don't know when this will happen. Maybe my son, maybe my daughter, maybe your sons and daughters may see it in their lifetime. I don't think we ever going to see this again in our lifetime where a quarterback get 2 face mask calls. Throw the ball away. Throw the ball away.
Man, Tay's not a believer of Deshaun Watson right now. I mean, the downside. You know what, Tay? Just for you, against the Titans, because we know what's going to happen. You're going to have another bad highlight tape. I'm going to clip up a low light tape for you. All the missed throws he had. All right? And it's just so you can see it. I'm not going to put it on the show. I'll throw it in the chat because I don't want to discredit his name. I might just put it on the show. I might just do that. But anyways, He's just bad, Tomo. He looks horrible.
See, the downfall for Deshaun is more so because you can go back to 2020 and see him playing better. Because I was gonna say, if he's playing at the bottom now, then there's no place to go but up from here. But it's gonna get cold in Cleveland. It ain't get cold. You know what? I know what it is, Joe. I know what it is.
What?
All right, parents, cover your kids' ears. It ain't no strip clubs in Cleveland, man. There's no entertainment there, so he bored, and the boy can't get his mind off losing. That's what it is. He need a break. And in Cleveland, once you start losing, you can only go outside and see more of people talking about how you losing. You can't get away from it. There's no distraction to reset itself. That's probably it.
Next time you watch the Deshaun Watson highlights tape, make sure he don't got a blue uniform on. Make sure it's an orange uniform. Right? I need all of y'all that's listening. Go watch the Deshaun Watson 2020 highlights. That dude is. He's not how he like now. He's still moving, trying to scream out the pocket, make some out to nothing. That's how he was, but he was throwing darts. And now I'm looking, this dude is so inaccurate. It's not even about him making bad decisions. He's just not throwing in the ball in the right spot.
He was like, I love this. It's like I'm charging up off here. I'm about to. It's like we down Goku. He more like Vegeta. Not even Vegeta. He like Krillin.
Send that man to Planet Namek or something. Send that man to the send that man with Master Roshi. That's where he need to go. He needs some training, bro.
Yeah. That's what it is. And Vaughn said Watson got to settle in. I mean, what more settle in do we need? He came in at the end of last season. He had a full training camp, like entire training camp. Actually, we didn't even talk about too many other teams' training camp, but some of their footage leaked too, and he didn't look good. Remember, everybody said, "Oh no, they just saying that. They just throwing that out there to throw y'all off." It's the same stuff. And you can see it in the receiver's face. Amari Cooper looked like he don't want to play football no more. I ain't seen that since Oakland.
Yeah, he looked sad, man. And remember the Eagles camp came out and said something? He was like, Cap, remember that? It's proven to be real.
I'm about to go back and watch some of the because the Browns got a little series on YouTube. I'm gonna go back and watch some of that camp and see what they said about the Eagles too, because I think some of this stuff was Cap too. I guess they both was going up against each other. It was like, if we look bad and y'all look worse than us, hey, I'm just saying.
Let's get it, man. Hey, look, y'all. Obviously we got two people in the chat that loves these teams, Browns and Steelers. But 9 o'clock tonight, they're gonna be on the members only video. So we're gonna get into that. But Tomo, go ahead and tell them about the member only things you got going on.
Man, you definitely want to click the link in the description to become a member because we have 3 tiers. We have the all-star level, the pro level, and the superstar level. For you to be a part of, so for you to check out these members.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.